so I think as companies look at how they continue to build their brand in this tough environment, they have to look both in terms of how do they differentiate themselves in terms of their solutions and their offerings, as well as how do they really make themselves more relevant in this marketplace. Very, very critical.
So if you want to grow in your mature market, you have to start looking at your relevancy to your non-customers. And that's one of the projects that we're working on now. There's an article we saw in Business Week talking about differences between McDonald's and Burger King, about how McDonald's has understood what those non-customers want to attract them in and more revenue, but also still staying true to their core customers, because you can't lose sight of your core. We see a lot of relevancy with that with our B2B customers.
But really, it's all driven by the customer perception of what you have to offer.
It's so easy to get wrapped up in my great widget or my great new service that I've got, to really ask the hard questions about how does your customer buy, who's all involved in that buying decision, what matters to them, what challenges do they have, and how do you solve them, so that the strategies we come up with, the communications that we put in the marketplace are relevant to who it really matters to, and that's the customer, not the client necessarily.
And with one of our clients a number of years ago, they recognized that it wasn't going to be just the product set alone that could help them win, that it had to be something around some other intangibles that were valued. And so they identified a particular market segment, in this case contractors of irrigation equipment, and looked at how they could actually help their business. And by helping their business, they increased their value and the power of the brand, and as a result, really got tremendous traction in the marketplace.
And clients can be a little daunted at first about doing this variety of materials, but probably 70–80% of the content is the same from market to market. There's just that 10, 20, 30% that's different, but it seems much more relevant when a salesperson is sitting across the table from a finance guy versus sitting across the table from a construction guy. All of a sudden, you feel like this person understands your world, your needs, your challenges, and is bringing solutions specific to you. And I think that's another way that our clients have been much more relevant to the marketplace.
The SEW Eurodrive client that we have that manufactures electric motors and gear drives, I mean, they're in every manufacturing environment you can think of. But their new offering was going to be an energy-saving electric motor.
But we established a whole campaign around the truth about energy-efficient motors, which is, sure, they save money, but it's not a lot. It's just a little bit. But if you look at your whole drivetrain, you can save a lot of money by optimizing each one of those things along the line. So it resonated in the marketplace. We understood how to provide value to our clients' customers in a way that would increase sales for our client, of course, but also mean that that company now has an elevated position in the marketplace. They're no longer just a manufacturer. They're an expert in saving money with motors.
What we really did was change the message, change the whole setup. Rather than focusing on energy efficient motors, we focused on something that would change the conversation.
Right. That conversation all of a sudden took on meaning because of the relevancy to the customers.